Now you can see that from where the gas bottles were, you can see that they were bottles, but they're also pipes from them leading down. They're all leading downward below the floor. You suspect into the basement.
I'm going to stop looking for a doorway down.
Mm-hmm. Well, now so there doesn't seem to be a doorway in here that leads down. Perhaps a hatch, but it's not big enough for either of you. And it seems to be bolted shut. That door that leads out into the corridor is now free to use and is not trapped. You can see that. The way upstairs is in front of you, but it doesn't seem like he wants you to go upstairs. It seems like he wants you to go downstairs.
Then I want to go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs, yeah.
Okay.
But then I also suspect this guy knows what we're doing and is planning for that too. I'm going to gingerly go upstairs.
Okay. The floorboards creak beneath you. Oh! Before you do that, victory stuff. Because I forgot about that until you started going up the stairs.
I can refresh in victory, right?
Yep.
Sweet. I'm refreshing my health and mental.
Okay.
I'm not going to survive this.
And I can also refresh. I can do two things. I can refresh
6
or regain
7.
something.
Regain
something.
I mean, if you've gone down to 0, the only thing you can do is refresh.
Then I will refresh my mental. All right.
Sweet. It wasn't a bad
Okay,
refresh.
so I've got 4 in there, which gives another refresh in physical.
Oh, that's cool. I had a...
All right, very good.
And another.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So, anyway, Gracchus, you move up the stairs. The floor does creak beneath you. And you make it up to the second floor. The second floor is, this is where it seems the rooms are. And there are many. So many rooms. The best rooms. You hear a sound coming from the third door on your right. It does seem like a frightened whimpering. And you can hear something else. You can hear something mechanical swinging back and forth.
Okay. We want motherfuckers probably Pit and the Pendulum and this shit then, okay. Right. How thick are the walls in this place? Given it's Caliban, I don't imagine it's particularly well made.
You can knock on a wall and see.
I'm going to go up to the door that I can hear the whimper and knock on the wall just off to the right of the door.
Thick.
Okay.
Pretty thick, yeah.
So he's remodeled the entire interior. That's fine.
This guy isn't screwing around.
No, I was trying to...
As you linger near the room, the voice appears again. Mr. Foebreaker, you have been a beast, and you pride yourself on no longer being so, using your strength and fury as vengeance against those who do harm, as you used to. You use it to protect. You spare lives instead of taking them. And how far will you go to spare a life?
Really don't feel like I have time to keep playing this fucker's game. But but the problem is I'm fully expecting him to have using that to his advantage, and it's. You know what? Fuck it. Play Gracchus. I'm going to grab that axe I picked up and fireman axe the door.
Okay. Nice.
Just
okay.
Aiming for like the bits around the hinge and just trying to take that out.
Okay. Just draw me a card against the world.
Please be good. We'll go with Savage Attack again. Because it's the one I've got most suits available for. And that's a 10.
It works for Ash. It works for axes.
Yep. It's a 10 total.
Savage Attack.
Yeah, so you chop into the door. You chop straight through the door. You don't completely break the door. But you chop into it.
Here's Gracchus.
You can now see into the room.
What do I see, I wonder?
There is a person on a bed.
Mm-hmm.
This person looks fairly young. It's a girl.
Right. Okay.
And she's definitely bound to the bed beneath a pendulum blade that is swinging back and forth, getting lower and lower towards her.
Right, okay. From the gap in the door, can I see the other side of this door and see if there's any tripwires or anything preventing the door from being opened?
You can, and there is nothing preventing the door being opened, and there are no tripwires.
Fuck it. I'm going to shoulder barge the door.
Okay.
Another card?
Yes.
Why are all the bad cards going out? Savage Attack again. Make it a 9.
Make it a 9, okay.
Again, I'm at this point. He's pissed, and he does not like the idea of a young girl being hurt. So, yeah.
Okay. Savage Attack with a 9.
What's probably going to happen now is I'm probably going to have one hand that's just all fucking face cards, aren't I?
Well,
at this rate.
Yeah. Okay. So you barge in. You smash your way into the room, and you. Cassius, where are you while this is going on?
I've gone with him, so around him. The savage attacks.
Yeah, quietly observing while he savage attacks. Well, you do indeed crash through the door, and both of you take in the scene. A mental scene.
Right.
And I think this will be our final scene of the evening because fucking hell.
Yep.
It's 2:15 in the morning for me.
But I say it's probably just after 2 for you.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna mulligan. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh God.
I probably should have done that last time.
See you later, shitty cards.
I'm
Ace.
tempted to mulligan.
Ace. 6. 5. 3.
So I didn't quite get my hand of face cards, but the lowest card I have is a 6, and everything else is higher than that now. So...
I'm also going to mulligan. Fucking hell.
Okay. That's better.
Is it better or is it worse? That's the question. All right.
Well, I guess we find out.
You will find out. All right, gentlemen.
Okay, and my
I feel like I'd probably be up first,
Oh.
just pragmatically, right?
Thingy.
I'm the one through the door.
is 9, but true.
Yeah, I mean,
Just in
I'm
terms
happy
of
to agree with
layout.
that. Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean? In terms of layout, I'm
in
I'm
terms
not
of
barreling into the room.
in terms of layout, you've taken the first action to go into the room. So yeah, we can agree on that. I think.
Yeah.
Then it would be
Then
Cassius.
between you two.
Then it would be whatever awaits you, Mephisto. Let's say. Rackus, as you barge into the room, you see the full extent of this trap.
Mm-hmm.
You see the pendulum blade, you see the bed, you see the girl on the bed.
Yep.
On top of the pendulum blade,
Mm-hmm.
there's another one of those bottles, but it's slightly different in design. You can tell the same chemicals are inside. The momentum of it, like the way it's set up, the momentum of the blade is keeping the two chemicals from mixing.
Right. Okay. So stop the blade, and the chemicals mix and boom instead.
The glass tube is
Right.
running from the bottle
Mm-hmm.
to more gas tanks in the room. The glass, it looks like a fairly fragile glass tube.
So any attempt to manipulate the blade is probably going to cause it to snap.
Well, so the glass tube seems to be what it looks like is going to feed the chemicals down toward directly into the gas tank, and boom. Now you have no idea how many people are in this building.
Mm-hmm.
Given the state of play, probably a lot. And it looks like if you save the girl, the building will blow. But if you let her die, then you may be able to save everybody. But that pendulum has to keep swinging, and the building will be in no danger.
Except that eventually it will, but that pendulum will hit something it can't cut through and stop.
It looks like a very, very sharp blade. Exceptionally sharp.
Mm-hmm. How are the glass tubes connected above the gas canisters?
It's almost like a downhill thing where the chemicals will mix and they down straight to the gas canisters, which are, there's no gas in the room, so straight to the canisters for the biggest explosion possible.
Right.
What do you do?
Is the bottom of that tube open?
Of the tube?
The glass tube. So the one that's, so is it an open spout effectively?
Effectively, but it's connecting directly to
The gas. Okay.
almost directly to the canisters. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there's not enough. So there's not enough space for me to manipulate something in between the two to block up the tube.
It doesn't seem to be.
And how secure? And the gas canisters are secured to the ground.
Yes.
Oh.
You want to inspect
layout
something?
of the room.
Yeah.
Layout of the room. So we've got a pendulum swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a frame that pendulum is mounted on?
It seems to be built into the walls.
So it's physically the walls are holding it in position and it's swinging like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is there a visible beam for it to be that it's attached to?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like directly above the bed.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the bed's almost certainly bolted to the ground, so I can't move the bed. Cassius is one against many. I think just we sacrifice her and the building goes up.
Now I don't know if. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, what do you do, man? What do you do?
I'm trying to come up with clever tricks in my head to try and do this so that she can live and not blow stuff up, and I'm struggling.
You may need more information.
Is she able to talk? And also, what else is in the room beside this stuff?
She is able to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. She's looking at you both very sort of unable to speak through fear.
Okay. Right. I've inspected that as best I can. I'm assuming that.
Commenters, what would you do?
Right. Last question in terms of setup of the apparatus, controllers and that. So you've got the chemical at the top being kept in place by the momentum it's swinging. Yep.
Being kept from mixing. Yeah.
So mixing with the momentum of the swinging. You've then got a spout that runs down that's effectively connected to the gas canisters. So this stuff will mix and then pour in and boom.
Yeah, well, the stuff will mix and then probably combust and then fly down and then boom.
So I could do. If I'd break glass funnel rather than the canisters, the momentum of that thing is still swinging. So in theory, it might not mix. And even if it does mix, if I shatter that, and it's not going straight into the gas canisters, it might not blow the whole thing. But the detonation might still blow it up anyway.
Well, I mean, so you know that the spout is there. You could inspect the spout.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to understand this spout better. Because that's what a lot of my plans keep coming back to that. So I'm going to inspect the spout. Do you want a card for that?
I would, yes.
Okay. For a 14 with calm mind.
Oh, fucking hell.
I told you,
Oh,
this is in my good hand. This is my good hand.
Oh, God, okay. 14 with calm mind. Ugh. Ew, 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 ew. Okay. What have I got here? Oh, okay. Okay, Carl. Okay. With a 10 of psychopath's joy.
Mm-hmm. Fitting.
You can see that. Oh, so that's too far. You can see that there is something connecting with the glass tube down to the canisters as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And you see that is some kind of charge, some kind of explosive. So if you break the tube,
then it blows. It still goes off.
Then it blows. Yeah.
Which probably then prevents the idea of trying to move anything else, because effectively that charge is manipulate this device. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So that's 4 off me. I found that I've got a much easier way to track my mental HP rather than typing it. All right.
I've got my sheet up here, and I have a notepad separately, so I'm just putting into the notepad what I've got, and then mine's off of that because it's just easier to manipulate than I'm trying to do it for Canva.
Cassius.
Right, so we've got this contraption in front of us. An ironclad contraption. It appears.
Who it would seem.
More eye for detail, I think. So that's the diamond rough. Okay.
Based on your reactions, I feel like I should actually become a genius serial killer.
I mean, probably, yeah.
The thing is, it might be that there's a very obvious trick that I'm not picking up on because I'm in my head. I'm trying to focus on the charge setup to see if I can disrupt that. But my initial thought was, if it's a momentum thing, maybe I can physically force it over, so this thing is still technically swinging. So the momentum keeps it there, but it's not built that way. And then it was like, well, can I disrupt the tube? No, because the tube is also tamper-proof. So it's that thing of every time I'm coming up with a possible solution, my brain's then hitting a wall, and it's then trying to unpick what I thought I picked up.
What's your eye for detail looking for?
I was, I'm thinking. So he is. Brackus is looking at the thing at the moment, contraption. I think I need to look at the contraption first, and I need to speak to the woman, and then we'll go from there. So we have the barrels, we have the charge, we have the bottles, we have this and that. This woman in front of us. So she's what? She's chained up. What's going on with her?
So she is tied to this bed. She is immobile. She is terrified to a state of perhaps silence, but you may be able to talk to her.
And this thing is lowering down.
Yeah, very gradually lowering down, right across her midsection.
Okay, and how much is it? So we've been in here. Let's say we've been in here 30 seconds or something. How much has this dropped in that time? How much time do we have?
You would guess. So it's about 3 feet above her. You would estimate, judging by how much has dropped, you probably got about 2 minutes before it bisects her.
Actually, I'm asking all these questions. I'll ask all these questions after I've done this. You can just answer as many as you wish with what I've got. So that's a king. So it'll be a
fucking hell.
17.
17.
Might be a quick scene.
Yeah.
17. Was that your triumph as well?
Nope. That was your triumph.
Oh, scheiße. Okay.
I mean, successfully.
It was a 17. Oh man. I mean, oh god, it's difficult. Not going to be an epic success. It will be a success.
Cracking.
So, with Mastermind, that brings this up to a 12. So, still 5 off.
Okay.
All right.
So this is
Now,
3 feet above her. It's going to take it about 2 minutes to get there.
Yes.
She's immobile. She's bound to this bed.
Yes.
What's the deal with the bindings?
The bindings are, I mean, they are very, very complex. And it seems to be there's some sort of steel cabling. So it's not as if you could just cut her binds and send her on her way. These are like the heavy duty kind of things that you would see like a ship would be tied up with. On a high-end ship at that.
The blade is...
The blade is exquisitely sharp
Yeah, very, very sharp. So it's gonna,
and heavy.
and if it were to stop, then that's when it all blows up. So seemingly, this will go through the bed and continue to do its thing or turn off once we've done his sick game to kill this woman.
Go.
There's going to be a certain drop that it's going to get to, and it's all going to be lovely and dandy to keep swinging there and have us wallow in our failure.
Is there anything else you want to inquire about? Because that was a success. Not an epic, but it was a decent success.
I'm assuming all this is being relayed to me as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm speaking out loud.
Yeah, you're
probably
telling
to
me
the
what you're seeing.
probably to the chagrin of this poor woman here. And this bed cannot be moved.
No, doesn't seem like it. It is fixed to the floor. And you get the feeling that any movement of the bed might shake things a bit too much and set the trap off.
Is there any imperfection in this contraption?
There might be. I mean, he's very good. He's very good. There was an imperfection in the trap downstairs, in that you could sort of brute force it and use your environment to affect it. And as much as this guy's a total psycho, you get the feeling that he's not going to necessarily put you in a trap that you can't solve, because he's testing you.
There's a solution, however bizarre it's going to be. It feels like his game doesn't work if he makes an event that we can't. There's no possibility of winning.
Yeah. Where's the fun in that?
It's not a game at that point. It's just a trick.
Mm-hmm.
There is a way out of this. What else is in the room besides that?
The only things in the room are the mechanics.
Right. So there's nothing else in there. It's purely what we see in front of us.
So you have bed, hostage,
woman,
pendulum blade,
girl, pendulum blade,
pendulum blade, chemicals on top, spout, gas canisters, charge.
Right.
And this sort of tripwire-y mechanism that is affixed to the charge if you break the spout.
Break the spout. What's holding? So the chemicals are being held in place. Chemicals will ignite.
My turn, isn't it? Unless you've got.
No, it's your turn. I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going for you. I'm going for you here. All right. This trap, even though you know that even though you suspect he's not just gonna have you bang your head against the wall for fun. Are you really sure? I mean, how many people this guy's killed? He's killed a lot of people. And not pleasantly either. And not seemingly without toying with them. And it seems like he's toying with you. And this trap could just be that good. This is an 18 with Mastermind.
Towards?
And that's towards... Gracchus.
18 with Mastermind, yeah?
18 with Mastermind.
So I'm going to use my imposing presence again. Like he's trying to
He's trying to
act
shit
like
you up.
he's trying to shit me up, and I'm not having it. So that is a 19.
Very good.
Like he's pissing me off with this now because like I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to put me in a situation where I don't think I can win. And I'm just getting more angry at him for it.
This fucking, just as an aside, this is so fucking fun. This is like poker and D&D mixed. All right, top of the round, Gracchus. Your sheer determination has resisted any feelings of meh.
Okay, so with calm mind for a 13 total, I want to inspect the glass container holding the chemicals.
Okay.
I want to work out
13.
how it's attached, how it's being kept apart, all this sort of stuff, just to try and work out if there's anything in that I might be able to exploit.
And that was a 13?
13.
I'm going to master... can I mastermind you again? What was the last guy? It was the Jack, wasn't it? Yes, it was the Jack, because that was from there. Okay. I'm going to mastermind you again. For a... Not a 17, for a... No, hang on. What was it before?
You made an 18 total last time.
It was 18 last time. This is 17 total.
Okay.
There is nothing you can do with that bottle that isn't going to have the chemicals mix and have it all go tits up. Yeah. It is the perfect mechanism. It's just delicate enough that if you upset it in any way, it's going to go off.
Okay.
Cassius.
Okay, so Gracchus is looking at all these intricate mechanisms, and I too have looked at all the intricate mechanisms. There was lots of intricate mechanisms downstairs, but really what we had to do was just look at the simple bits, like the gross bits of it, and a few pillows. Basically, put that to rest. We're looking at all the intricacies up here. I want to look at the more simple things. How is this thing lowering?
It's essentially on. It's a weighted sort of thing. So as it goes here, it drops a little further. Yeah. It's almost like it's on like a little kind of run like that.
Okay. Can I see this run? Is there any like rope hanging this up there? Like, where is the weight changing? So
it's sort of slid.
Because if this could keep going forever and never drop, then it's
problem solved.
We've sorted his silly game.
Well, so it's almost like the mechanism itself seems to be in the ceiling. So you can see there's a slit where this thing is able to go back and forth. You can just see sort of the edge of that mechanism up there. Getting up there is going to be very, very tricky without upsetting the mechanism itself and making it go off.
If I were to physically start ripping at that wall, you mean?
Well, if you were to get up there and like start fiddling about with stuff.
Can I shadow step up there?
What, up onto the floor above?
Yeah.
So this mechanism is sort of in a crawl space. So you could potentially shadow step up into the crawl space.
All right. I'd like to do that, please.
Okay.
I've got that. That's a 20 altogether.
Fuck. Okay. A 20 altogether.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's an epic success,
Yay!
even with Mastermind. And
I go up into the crawl space, and there is a safe, dangerous button. I click the button.
okay, so up there, so you look at the mechanism itself, and with the way it's moving, and the way it's sort of, the way it's shifting back and forth, you can tell immediately, nah, this isn't going to do it. Because if you try and affect it, if you try and pause it, if you try and make it fall off, the stuff is going to mix, and it's going to be you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, I'm going to have a terrible time.
However, as you realize that, and you're sort of tracing it down, your eyes lock onto the charge. This is the one thing you haven't given much scrutiny to yet. The charge. Maybe there's something with the charge with an epic success. In fact, you can see that was a 10 up. So with that epic success, you can see that there's actually exposed bits of this charge, like there's exposed wiring on the charge. Mm-hmm. It's probably disableable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are we still in a scene?
Yes.
Okay, you have not yet died. Okay.
Not yet.
It's you then.
It's me.
Oh, that's okay.
What could I possibly do? So you'll have heard Cassius relay that through the ceiling. I mean, but you don't know anything about charges. You don't know anything about that kind of stuff.
Wild shape into a charge.
And the thought of that just sends some terror through you.
Total on that one.
Maybe. Maybe terror. Maybe another terror.
What's the total number?
Oh, it's an 8.
An 8. Okay. I mean, what have I got? Because I've got my suits here as well.
As this will likely end the scene, it's either going to be an 8.
Relentless endurance, which is a
Or a
plus 5 or a
7.
6, that's 11. And 11 total.
So 11. Oh, that's exactly the right amount you need to end the scene.
Right.
Okay. So the solution presents itself
Yeah.
to you.
I go over to the charge, very carefully start working on it, trying to pull it so it's disabled, so it's not connected up to each other anymore.
And it seems a basic enough charge where you can basically just rip the wires out.
Cool,
and it's
then,
inert. Yep.
To be honest, if that was literally if that got to my next turn, that was my next plan. Like, oh fuck this, I'm just gonna rip the wires off.
Right. And you've ripped out the wires, so the charge is now effectively harmless, which means you can break.
I'm going to break the spout.
Which means you can break the spout.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very good.
Bang!
Now, Cassius, while you're up there, you can see that as he breaks the spout, there is yet another. There's another little layer to this trap.
Mm-hmm.
So, as he breaks the spout, you see something kind of working itself up, and it looks like it's just going to drop the thing right down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure you can stop that,
Mm-hmm.
but you can warn him.
Yep. The blade's going to drop.
and it'll drop to bisect. Gracchus, what do you do?
Right. I need to check one thing.
Savage attack.
No. So I'm going
Wild
to
shape.
Yes, with relentless endurance to make that 15.
Yes.
But first, I'm going to wild shape back into my bear form to brute force this thing up.
Okay, so you're just like gonna grab it and.
Plan is to grab it and then physically just rip it straight out.
Cool. Okay. Nice. So the chemicals inside it shatter, and so they mix, they flame, they shatter, they catch your fur alight.
Fine.
All right. Quick physical scene, I guess.
Yep. You remember I said that round I was probably going to have a hand that was basically nothing but face cards?
Yeah. It was all face cards.
Ace.
Bar a 6.
My first was an ace, so there we are.
My second hand was roughly the exact same as my mulligan hand.
That's a mid hand.
Yeah. All right.
This hand is sus.
Okay. Initiative. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, really, that should be my initiative. So I'm last.
All right. So Gracchus, firing flame, and Cassius. All right, Gracchus, you're a bear. You're on fire.
I'm assuming I've ripped this thing out. The blade is no longer an issue, correct?
The blade is no longer an issue. The main issue is that you're on fire.
Cool. So first of all, I'm going to come out of wild shape, so I no longer have fur. And then I'm going to take the sort of tail of my coat. Whereabouts on my body now is it on fire? Out of interest, is it like on a forearm or? It's
like across your arm and across your back.
Okay. I'm going to, with relentless endurance, so +5, so that'd be 16.
Okay.
Yep.
Stop, drop, and roll, effectively. If it's all over my clothes, it's just easy to try and put it out, and if I take a burn from that, I take a burn from that.
With a 15, yeah?
16.
16. With a 16. We're just going to end that one there. So, with a 16, you stop, drop, and roll. You put yourself out.
Cool.
That was very quick. Okay, so that's 2 victories for you.
Ooh.
So you need to do those bits.
I got to a point where I could have a new acquisition last time, a physical acquisition.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
So I'd like to get one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get an acquisition.
I'm gonna draw for some XP.
Cool.
Is 3, which is enough for me to get an acquisition as well, by the way.
Lovely.
Okay, so whatever it is, it has 4 uses.
Cool. All right. Okay. So what are you looking to acquire? Is it a power? Is it an object?
It's a physical thing. How could I be using my physical stuff? I used Shadow Step last time. This is generally used for movement. I'd like to be able to phase in and out of that shadow realm that I have, perhaps.
Oh, lovely.
You know, like just
become shadow.
Yeah.
Sick. As like an 8 to stealth, perhaps.
Shadow. We'll call it shadow form. That's what we'll call it.
That's fucking cool.
With 4 lovely uses. The first one.
Well, it's got 3 uses.
XP there.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are we doing 4 victory points then?
So victory and a yeah, you might as well do 4 because you got 2 victories in scenes there.
Oh, okay. So that means I up here.
What is happening? Describe what is happening for our viewers at the moment.
I feel a lot more mentally refreshed. I feel mentally stronger. So I took an acquisition, which allowed me to draw a card, which was a club, which was my triumph suit, which gave me 4 uses of the acquisition, the physical acquisition, shadow form. Then I took some XP for 3 + 1, which took me over to 7 experience points in mental, which took me up to get an extra refresh point in my mental sphere. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And I probably need to refresh my mental sphere as well. I think I might take the whiskey that has been in my hand the entire time, and refresh my nerves. So I've got a refresh of. I think that's 5 now.
Have you drunk any of the whiskey, or are you just?
I had a little sip earlier. It was very nice.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Also probably
8,
drugged, given that he wasn't in the room.
16, 17, 18.
It
Didn't
was
smell
not-
poisoned. Didn't smell poisoned.
Yeah.
Didn't say poisoned, I said drugged.
It didn't smell drugged
Sleeping
either.
draft. Oh, okay, fair enough.
It was just a lovely whiskey.
I've gone from 7 to 18 because I didn't refresh last time and I got a little bit damage.
All right.
So I've also acquired a acquisition. I'm keeping the liquids that from the bottles that haven't exploded.
Yes.
Cool. Nice.
So
Napalm. Napalm
yes.
water.
Molotov.
Effectively, my plan is to either chuck it
Napalm
at him
Molotov.
or pour it over my sword and create a flaming sword.
Pigeon. All right. Okay, so the girl is on the bed. You can untie her at your leisure.
Oh, and my other victory, by the way, I'm refreshing my social. Because I only had 3.
Cool. So you see this girl's about 12. She's very young. And you untie her at your leisure.
Untie her.
Yep.
What to do?
We've untied her. What's she doing? What's she saying? She coming at us with a blade? Do we have to bisect a little girl?
No. She is weeping with relief. Hugging you both.
Same as last time. Abigail tell Heartbreakers sent you.
Anything else, Mephisto? Or we're on a time limit. I would like a refresh.
The voice comes over again. Mr. Heartbreaker, you truly are a man of principle. That's rare in this city.
Mr. Mephisto?
It's to be commended. Yes,
Does
Mr.
he keep going?
Valentine.
Does he keep going? Does he not break?
Says it
Or
is
does
to
he
be
stop?
It is to be commended. Yes, Mr. Valentine.
I was just wondering if we're on a time limit still. I'm very much enjoying all this.
Oh, take your time with the whiskey.
I was just going to go downstairs and get the decanter.
Oh,
We are on a time limit still.
Be my guest.
I don't want to ruin any of your games.
Be my guest with the whiskey. We have all the time in the world. What remains of it?
Well, we didn't earlier, but okay.
We do now.
I leave.
As I said, Mr. Bowbreaker. It's to be commended.
And I send Nix to look around.
Nice. I am not a man of principle. But I was, once. When things began to change in the upper tiers, I made the choice to leave. I thought that my wealth would be better served in tier 7 than in tier 2. I opened this place to try and help people, help the poorest. And yet, no matter how much I gave, or tried to teach, or tried to help,
Spit on the floor, cutting him off. I don't give a shit about your sob story.
I would see the same faces, walking through the doors, sleeping in the same beds, filling them, keeping out beaten women and starving men, those locked in despair. You don't have to care, Mr. Flowbreaker, but you're here to understand, and of course, to end my life. Those inside these walls felt joy at being off the streets, but smiles twisted and turned into laziness, the callousness of comfort. And then all of a sudden, I was no longer helping those in need. I was subsidizing the fat, allowing opportunists to live in comfort. Too many of them. More and more of those I helped turned into gargoyles, no better than those above who profiteer off their suffering.
Pretty words, empty as you are. We're both monsters, Mr. Mephisto. I've accepted what I am. The difference is, I choose when I'm a monster. You're not going to change me. I'll play your silly little games, and then I'll find you.
Apparently, I won't change you. And that's fine. It is, again, to be commended that you are a man of principle, a man who directs his anger in a just way. You embrace the monster. I admit that I am a monster.
And I guess it's time I become the monster that hunts monsters. I'll be seeing you, Mephisto. And I'll be the last thing you see on this godforsaken world. I walk out the room.
All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water, Nix is in play, of course, but we will finish there because it's just about 3 a.m. here. So don't forget to, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Check out how to play with it's 3 a.m. Check out the Alchemy playlist, where there's a bit more in-depth stuff on the game itself. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a good time. Lee and Carl, what have you all got?
Also, see us in You Meet in a Tavern. There's me and Mr. Alchemy Lab, Matt here, having a conversation about all sorts, really. We decided that I'm going to be on there every 13 episodes, so get your fix in now, ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water. Other than that,
Fate decided that as well.
It did.
It seemed,
yeah. It was 13 the first time. I'm now on episode 26 of You Meet in the Tavern, so there's 25 other ones that you can also watch as well. If you want to find me, you can find me pretty much everywhere, including OnlyFans, at Lee Drew Simmons, SIMMONDS. Pretty much every social platform. Maybe even on Minds. There's that. Not entirely sure who I am there, but other than that, that's where you can find me. Or here, playing various characters.
Indeed. And Carl, what about you?
Well, I'm not on Minds. And possibly work to space. There may be I pick up the game development bug from Lee. So, yeah, that might be...
You foolish man.
Yeah, I need to start work on stuff that I play. I have many an idea. put on paper to then flash out. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, obviously you can find me here and at Drunk Wordsmith on YouTube, at Matt Waterhouse Author on Minds, on Substack, where there's Kyrgyzstan stuff, short stories, all sorts of wonderful things. I'm not on Twitter. I am on Facebook at Matt Waterhouse Author and Instagram.
Why aren't you on Twitter, Matt?
Because it's an awful, horrible cesspool.
Twitter's excellent.
It is a hellscape of humanity. I'm also not there.
Are you on Threads, Matt? Are you active on Threads?
I don't even know what that is.
It's Facebook's very short-lived attempts at doing it, copying Twitter that everyone mentioned for like a day and then forgot about.
Oh, I bet that's a time. I'm gonna go join Threads, ladies and gentlemen. Bodies of water. I'll see you later.
I remember the first day there was so much promise and so much hope that we could make that platform whatever it could be.
And then 2 days later, silence.
Then I forgot.
Yep.
And I quickly forgot about it.
All right. What's Threads? I don't know. See you guys later.